All right, welcome to a very special episode of Cosmic Road, where we are once again joined by the one and only Dr. Robert Shiepe. Welcome back to the show, Robert.
Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you for having me, Jack. I appreciate it. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you.
Many of you know Robert, but in case you don't, he is the one who has pioneered the research into what he calls the dragon UFOs or UAP, the small UFOs that will buzz airborne objects. And he has, before anybody else was really studying this, he was on this and he has made this into a topic of study. And now other people are taking up the challenge of studying this very unique and I think important part of the UFO phenomenon. So yeah, thank you for all your work, Robert.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. I pioneered a few things in my life. I pioneered the mail order pharmacy business. I'm a clinical pharmacist, so I have a heavy science background. And in 1986, I actually invented the mail order pharmacy business, and they told me it was impossible, but I did it anyway. I pioneered a new business, and it's now it does $100 billion a year. And I retired. And we could do a show 2 hours alone on that because that was really exciting. But the point is, I'm very science-oriented, business-oriented, logic, spiritual, very important also. Yeah, all the cards came together. It just did not happen overnight. I don't want to just say, oh, I was just walking at the beach and I discovered these UFO dragons. It's nothing like that. It took my whole life to get prepared, to create a platform and to meet the right people and to talk to the right people, friends in the Air Force. Just everything had to come together. It's like winning, you might say, the super lotto. You have to get all the numbers right. And that's what happened with me. And I'll be happy to tell you the whole story and how it all came about. But at this point, without sounding arrogant, there's not even a 1% chance that I'm incorrect on my research. It's just beyond overwhelming, beyond.
Absolutely. I mean, you have triangulated these objects. These are objects that are going behind, in many cases, distant objects like planes or helicopters, proving that they're not bugs or birds, giving the illusion of going really fast because they're close to the lens. They're clearly not close to the lens. They're far away, even though some of them appear to have wings, which is so weird. Even the ones that go behind distant objects, proving they're not birds or bugs, they still have those wings. And I know are wing-like whatever they are. I think you have said that you think they're maybe like photon jets or something.
Plasma, yeah, plasma jet.
Plasma.
Nothing runs for free or by magic. As much as we want there to be free energy, a free movement, and there's a difference between levitation and going Mach 5. So not all these UFOs throw off these plasma jets, especially if they're levitating or moving really slow. But once they start moving, you can expect to see somewhat of a wing-like, like a bug-like, and those are just simply jets. They're running on electricity, extremely high voltage. I can't stress that enough. It's ion power. They figured it out. They figured it out. And we are just getting our feet wet now. We can I think MIT has a prototype where it can go, well, 1 mile an hour, ion power. So how far in the future? By the way, we don't know if they're from another planet. I'm betting they're from our future for now. Just instinct. I've been doing this for 7 years. I figured this out 7 years ago. How did I figure this out? I live in Marina Del Rey, Los Angeles. 7 years ago, Marina Del Rey, by the way, which is an extremely wealthy community. I mean, it's actually the wealthiest. It's 2 miles, 2 square miles, and it's the wealthiest community in Los Angeles. So there's a reason I'm saying that, because it was invaded by the Coast Guard and the Navy Blackhawks, which is inconsistent because the military doesn't invade high-profile neighborhoods, you might say. It doesn't happen. If they were to invade, like, for instance, Beverly Hills, California, within minutes, people would be calling the governor or the White House, like, what's going on? So it's the same concept here, Marina Del Rey. Well, 2017, the summer, that's exactly what happened. For no reason, the Coast Guards and Navy Blackhawks came in. They hovered 200 feet over Marina del Rey, and they did that for 4 hours, and they did it every day for 2 weeks. And finally, after 2 weeks, I was like, what is this? You know, the scientist part of me is like, what? This is not normal. Even one day is not normal. After 2 weeks, I took out my camera, started to record, and that's when I could see these tiny objects um, at the speed of a bullet, very tiny, and they're flying up to our helicopters. They're flying away, and just one thing led to a next, and I really got curious. I went out, I got better cameras, and for the first year, I was convinced these are dragonflies. These are, because what else is there? It's just that in the long run, and so I end up calling them these UFOs dragons, because again, I thought they were dragonflies, but they're not. They're not birds. And I understand the concept. You're like, well, if it's a bird, if it's a bug, it's too close to the camera. It gives you the illusion it's going really. Those are three theoretical paradigms that's actually never been tested. There is nothing on YouTube, and you can see that experiment being done. Those are theoretical, and it's a valid theoretical concept because I utilized it also for the first year. But in reality, over the 7 years, I've recorded 30,000 videos. Along the way, it's very hard to record real bugs. I have a few real bug videos. The thing is, bugs look like bugs, and in slow motion, they don't move, and they look like bugs. So whatever these things are, again, I think they're from the future. There's a human element. They're using human psychology against us. Basically, whoever the creator is, they created them with the intent to be invisible, to be stealth, and they're doing a fantastic job. Uh, Frankly, if I wasn't given the information, it would be a long, long time before we ever figured this out. I think eventually AI would have eventually figured this out and would have said, hey, there's something going on here. And that would have probably been in 5 years from now. And AI is doing that. As you know, we're using AI to read X-rays, brand new X-rays. And so that's where it probably would have been discovered in that manner. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's so fascinating, the whole wing thing. Yeah, I know you think they're photon jets or plasma jets, but what if it's camouflage? You know, what if it's, I don't know if you saw any of the interviews with Scott Roeder analyzing the Las Vegas alien. He was on my channel, but he's been on other channels, and he was able to analyze the footage and determine that where the shadowy figure was, there were half the number of pixels that were in the rest of the frame. So it wasn't just camouflaging itself visually from the participants, it was camouflaging itself from the camera. Do you think it might be possible that they could add some pixels, maybe some wing-like things to make it look like a bird or a bug? I mean, just throwing it out there. It could be plasma jets. I'm just throwing it out there.
I love that. I love the concept. I love that we're thinking outside the box, because if we're going to figure this out, that's the way we got to go forward. We can't go by the textbook, the playbook. We got to think outside the box. So theoretically, yes. I can tell you, based on a couple of videos I have, they absolutely can hack into your Wi-Fi, and they can frame themselves into your video. So if
What do you mean by frame
well,
themselves?
they know where you're pointing the camera. If you're pointing at a helicopter, they can purposely fly behind the helicopter to hide themselves. I have a video where my neighbor was flying an Earth drone, and they purposely eclipsed themselves. Actually, they were in front of the Earth drone, so they eclipsed the Earth drone where it disappeared. So they can do that, and they can do that very easily. Again, they hack into your Wi-Fi. Every cell phone has a Wi-Fi, and so they can frame themselves in and out. If they could do that, then they could, if they wanted to, they could do some CGI and add wings. They could. We don't know. This is a brand new nascent science, and it's going to take a lot of smart people to sit down, but at least we're thinking in the right direction. In other words, are you saying, are we looking at something camouflage? Is it artificial? Um, and because I think they operate on a quantum level, they could easily shapeshift and camouflage themselves. So these are great questions. But as of now, essentially all these small UFOs, and when I mean small, there's a 10-inch corona silhouette. When it's stationary, it's approximately 1 inch. And I do have that video. And basically, this theory being that once they operate, the electromagnetic field that creates an energy field that's about 10 inches in diameter. So that's how you get the 10-inch diameter. But it's consistent throughout the world. I've been doing this for 7 years. People from Brazil, from Europe, London, Belfast, I can't even keep up anymore. All over America are recording the same object light. I'm sure it's not that same one object. I'm sure there's got to be a lot of them in the atmosphere, and they're right in front of us. But because of their speed, and again, they operate in the if I didn't mention this, they're operating in the IR spectrum. So even if they were to slow down, we still would not see them. We still would not see them. But every digital camera can see IR. So, and that's why they're invisible to the human eye, they're invisible with binoculars, but any digital camera can see them. And that's why anyone can record them, and they are, and they're all over YouTube. I've stressed, they're all over our air shows, Blue Angels, Thunderbirds, very easy to find. I mean, just whenever I have spare time, I just watch a new Blue Angels or Thunderbird video. I just did that a few days ago, and I get new Dragon video. It really is.
Yeah, I
So
think I shared that one. Great footage.
thank you. Yeah. That's so. Again, I have over 4,000 videos. I still have. I'm trying to post the majority of them. I mean, again, they're coming in from all over the world. I'm trying to post those. And TMZ now last month is posting these
Yeah,
things.
tell us about the TMZ thing. It's so cool to see this getting
Yeah,
out into the media.
yeah. So they filmed a big movie about last month in front of my house. 100 people from Warner Brothers. It was the real deal. It was fascinating from 10 to 10, and it was like, oh my God, this is super amazing. And I recorded all of it, and so I ended up telling there was like a crew of 100. Uh, Ended up in I think it was called for what it's called. Well, I won't say the name. I'll leave it out here. But I ended up telling the whole crew about these dragons, what's going on, the 411. And then evidently, I'm assuming one of them picked up the phone and called TMZ, say, hey, you need to check this out. Because a few days later, TMZ posted a Blue Angel dragon video.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And
So
have you had a response from this?
uh, my viewers are like, wow, Robert, this is finally getting out. It's finally getting the recognition. I get it that this is hard. It's a brand new paradigm, and there's, and I've always said there's a lot of smart people watching, but again, you're relying on textbook technology, playbook, where, well, based on all my knowledge in the past 50 years, this has to be a bug. Um, the concept, a lot of us agree, well, UFOs are real, but the concept, do UFOs have drones? Well, nobody's ever thought of that. UFOs have drones? I mean, why? I guess they could, but who's ever thought of that? Well, does the Pentagon have jets? Yeah, we have F-35s. Well, does the Pentagon have drones? Uh, yeah, we do. So it's the same science. It's just they're much further. Who's ever doing this? So basically, some of the characteristics, the Pentagon posted this last year, uh, 2,000 miles an hour, and they triggered the X and K band. Um, and when I heard that, I was very puzzled because that's my data. Those are my calculations. And I don't care if the Pentagon's, I mean, I really don't. This is open source. Anyone can watch my channel, Custodian File, download it, copy it, run with it. This is for humanity. I've already, knock on wood, God's been good. I've made it. I'm retired. I invented the mail order pharmacy business. So I want to pay it forward. I want to help humanity. I really want to see humanity make it. I want to see us be healthy. I want to see us go forward. That's where I'm coming from. And so I'm just putting it out there, and I welcome questions. If you please check out my channel, Custodian File. I'm only on YouTube. I'm not a big computer guy. It's just, I kind of wish I did. I know I could grow my channel. I'm just one person here. I'm an objective scientist, and I'm just like, 1 and 1 is 2. I'm trying to get this out. Again, I've had a lot of help. I've had help from people in the Air Force. A good friend of mine, Glenn Falkenstein, he tried to tell me about this in 1995. He was Air Force intel, and I was so busy running my pharmacy, I couldn't stop and smell the roses and listen. But fortunately, now I have, and I'm getting it out there. And so throw a million questions at me. I'll be happy to answer them. But it's at this point, I mean, it's extremely, I mean, nobody wants to go out on a limb and be wrong, but there really isn't. I have way too much evidence. Like I said, too many videos coming in. I have a lot of viewers, very high roller viewers. I mean, of course, without giving specific names, but I have like viewers like doctors, surgeons, attorneys, judges, high-powered attorneys, engineer, computer graphics people, and they're keeping me in the loop. And I just had lunch with a nuclear physicist the other day. He's pulling his hair out. He's like, Robert, he says, Rob, I just went to the beach in Marina Del Rey, and I recorded 6 out of 6 videos of these things. I don't know what to say anymore. And I said, no problem. I'll give you all the videos you want. I'll give anyone all the videos they want. There's something very real going on here. People say, oh, you are, and if your viewers are afraid, I get it. I was afraid for 100 days. I was a little nervous. I wasn't scared of the government. I was scared, like, why are these UFOs here? What's going on? It's been 7 years and I haven't seen them do anything bad. So, God, I don't want to just misread them, mislabel them. I mean, until something bad happens, they're the good guys. They're the white hats. And what I say, I would have to see overwhelming evidence of them doing something bad. But at this point, it looks like they're only trying to help us, communicate with us. We've shot at them a few times. I have that video, and they didn't shoot back. So I'll show you photos. Now, some of these photos what I've done is I've created a new format because I'm shooting with the Panasonic X1000. Everything's on autofocus. I'm not a professional photographer, so I'm not going to try to outthink the engineers who created the Panasonic cameras. So everything's on auto, 4K, 60 frames, and it does a really good job on a tripod. I mean, I think it's doing a really good job. I've tried to upgrade the cameras. I'm looking at this actually Dragon Epic. Excuse me, let me shut that. I'm looking at a Dragon Epic camera.
You want to show us some pictures and some interpolations?
Yes, 100%.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
I remember how to do this here. Screen share.
And while you're doing that, I just wanted to give viewers a heads up. Robert mentioned his friend Glenn. Really interesting guy. Robert goes into a lot of detail talking about Glenn in one of our previous interviews. Now, I highly recommend checking that out because it's fascinating stuff. Glenn was a really interesting cat.
Long story short, can you see that, Jack?
No, I can't see anything.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I can see you.
Okay, here. I'm a little rusty. Give me a second. Share.
You should have the ability to share your screen. There we go.
And so basically, I copy and paste. By the way, everything with the timestamp is my stuff. But I do have the videos from all over the world, and I'll show you those too. This is one of my better ones because it's taken about 7 p.m. and I got to tell you, these dragon videos after 7 p.m. are hard to come by. So I really like this one. Here we go. This was one of my viewers reformatted this. I like the way it turned out. Um, in fact, this is the video. I give lectures at the Air Force Base on these dragons, and when they saw this video, I showed them 50 videos. But when they saw this one, this is when they said, "When can you start?" This is the one they sold that sold them. So again, 60 frames. So they're approximately that's the average spaced apart. And this is those little wings. That's the plasma jets. So how many frames we have here? We have like 12 something. So that's out of 60 frames. That's one fifth of a second. We've
And
slowed this.
how many times does the rotor go around during this time?
Oh gosh, maybe one rotation. Here, start now. And I've slowed it down, but basically they could easily fly between the rotors. So let's shoot through the necks here. So I know you want to see a lot of again, these are all, and I have real-time video. We'll try to get to those first, but this is the most powerful way to deliver the message of what these things are doing. They're extremely predictable. I know where and
And
when.
for people that haven't seen your interpolations before, can you describe what an interpolation is?
Yes, it's an interpretation of the video. It's now being used in photography with AI. AI, it's an interpretation of where the video started and ended. So it's a copy and paste of each frame. I did that because I thought it would be easier to interpret what you're looking at. And for me, it really jumps off the screen easier. This is right here in front of my house. This is
And
the
you do that because they're so fast, they're hard to see with the naked eye. But this way, not only can you see them, but you can chart their trajectory.
correct, 100%. If you're watching the real-time video, maybe you would see the one in the middle, maybe. But a lot of you would say, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. So then I slowed down to 12. Sometimes I slow it down to 3%. And it's pricey and it's time consuming. But on the better videos, I'll interpolate them. So I don't mind spending the money because again, I've done well, and again, this is for humanity. So copy and share and put this out there. But again, it's very predictable. This is the police flying over my roof, and they're here. They're here often. Okay, real quick. Real quick. So these things are easy to predict where they will fly up to, I call it a tag. They will fly up to an object that is over 150 feet. That's how you really get their attention, or you can bait them. So if you had an Earth drone, party balloons, after 150 feet, you can expect a dragon to fly by. So what I'm recording here is the parasail. I'm up on the hill. I'm like at 200 feet elevation. Summertime comes along. People rent the parasail. And at 200 feet, these things fly by. It's, again, so predictable. I can do a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I just taken the time to edit this one and to text it out and print it. Essentially, parasail, I think this is a bird up here on the top left. Now the dragon will come on the bottom right corner. It will come off the ground. It will arc and then go back down to the ground. It does its recon very quickly. These guys are the real deal. Here we go. Yeah, that's just a bird up there. And then look, watch the right corner. Here he comes. 60 frames a second. Now, when they fly, when they fly, boy, even in slow motion, there we go. Let me just stop this. Even in slow motion, so I still miss them. They're just designed to always be stealthy, to be invisible. And by the way, when they fly, they do sprints. They don't, to the best of my knowledge, they don't fly for 5 or 10 minutes and land. They go up and they come down. They go up and they come down. It's like a cheetah. a what a cheetah can run 70 miles an hour, but for a few minutes, and then he has to sleep for an hour. I mean, he's exhausted, and I think that's what's going on here. They're using all their kinetic energy. Let
Do
me
you
do.
have a version of this in real time so that we can see how fast it goes?
Yes, I do. I don't have it in my interpolation photo, but we could do that. I could leave Blackhawks real time. This is one of my viewers, so let me just. This is one of my viewers, John. There it was.
Is that the same? That's a different video. Yeah, that's
That's a
the.
different video. Here we go. There it was. I'll replay it again.
But that's a different video, not the parasailing video.
Right, right. Oh, I no, I'd have to. I've got hundreds of hours of SD tapes, but again, I do record them in real time because people want to see real time. This is from a viewer who was an attorney outside the city of LA. Anyone could do this. Anyone can do this. Here, let me show you another real time. This is labeled LiDAR. So this is a LiDAR chopper coming in doing research. This is not real time. This is 3%. Okay, you see how slow the rotor blade's going? 3%. But
Yeah.
let me see if I play it. Here it is, real time. I'll replay it. I'll replay it real.
Okay, we're watching it now in real time or
Yeah, here comes real time again.
close to real time. I think it's still slowed down. Even slightly slowed down or slow down, it still moves very fast, the object.
Did you see it in the top right corner?
Yeah, yeah.
Play another real time video. I have thousands. I just have thousands. There it is.
I think I saw it. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, it's on top. Watch it. Here it comes.
I was on the top. I was looking at the
There it
bottom.
is. There it is.
Nope,
If
I think I missed it.
he gets tagged again,
Okay,
there
I
it is.
saw. I think I saw it. Wow, yeah, those things are super fast. Slow down, dragons. All right, that's why Robert does these interpolations because they are
That's
just that fast.
that's why I do it, because it would just, you'll be like, what are you guys talking about? I don't see anything. I don't see any. And we'd be wasting your time. And I don't want to waste your time here. I want to show you, you're watching us because you're saying, Robert, show us the data. Just show us the data. And so that's what I'm doing. Just showing you the interpolations. Um, let me reopen that. That's the small screen.
Can you show us some that go behind distant objects or that have been triangulated? Because I just know people that are new to this, their knee-jerk response is a bird or a bug. So I think we need to demonstrate to people, those guys that are new to this, and understandably, they're going to be the reaction. So we need to first show them these objects going behind distant objects or that are triangulated,
Okay,
proving that they're not birds or bugs.
that's fair. First of all, so again, this is being repeated over and over, and viewers are posting their videos. So here's the IP, here's the timeline, and I'll show you the videos. But I'm just saying, in this case, it did fly behind jets. Airliners are very easy to predict. You record helicopters or airliners, you will see these things, and 8%, roughly 8% of the time, they'll fly behind. But let me show you a video. Obviously, you want to see the video. So here we go. Let me pull up this video. This is from the Brown Dwarf, East LA. He's knocking it out of the park. And let's see what we have here. Blackhawks are all over him. They've been coming in, and I think right here, 2 frames. It's behind the Blackhawks for 2 frames.
All right, nice, nice. I like it.
Not
Nice.
1, but 2. I can even technically, let me try to enlarge it real quick. I'm not using my 360 option, the Xbox option. But basically, here we go. There's 1 frame, there's 2 frames. There's 3 frames.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's do that one more time. One more time from the top.
Okay, let me get out of 360.
No, I like that. I like that zoom
Oh,
in.
you do?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
That was cool.
okay. I'll play it regular and then I'll go back to 360. Two
Yeah,
frames.
I'm trying to see if it could be possibly in front, if there's any distortion or anything in the front. Just making
Okay,
sure that it's not, not going behind the object.
okay, I have that video. I know what you're asking for. I'm gonna give you that video. Uh,
We'll see. Okay,
okay,
I was going. I
okay, now it's right there. It's behind. Go forward one more frame. It's still behind.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on the craft that could be it. I think it is actually going behind the helicopter.
Okay, let me get out of this and let me find the one. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, let me first show you the interpolation. This is the I'm afraid to click out. Okay, can you see that?
Oh yeah, that's clearly going behind the helicopter.
This was from John, North Los Angeles, a very prominent attorney. It would blow your mind if I told you who he worked for. I would just say it's a very prominent attorney. He's in downtown LA. I've taught him how to do this. He pulls out his camera, records the LAPD chopper. Here's the interpolation. And I'm going to show you the video,
Yeah,
but
and those look like they have those wing-like structures.
yeah, they do.
It's kind of faint, but you can see something coming off of those objects or that
Yeah.
object.
And this is very common. The LAPD are getting tagged a lot, a lot. A lot.
What are you up to, LAPD?
Well, very, and I don't want to like, I mean, I want to trying to show for everyone. Uh, but basically, I did sit down with a celebrity. I don't even want to say his name, even though it's public knowledge. Very big time UFO researcher, that just the biggest UFO researcher there is. I sat down with him. He said, Bob, he said, Robert, I'm going to go talk to the LAPD, the fire department, and I'm going to talk to the sheriff.
Are you still there? Did we freeze?
Somebody, my Wi-Fi just had a hiccup, whatever that is.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That's a little weird.
And since we're still recording, um, you have had a history of interference, and there have been, we've been talking, and for some reason the text of what are saying will appear on your TV, even though your TV is off, plugged in but off, and all of a sudden our conversations will just appear on your TV.
100%. I actually, Jack, it got so bad, I didn't need a new TV. I bought a new TV because we'd be doing these interviews, and only when we're doing these interviews, the TV right now, like every TV, it's plugged in, but it's turned off. But while we were only doing these UFO interviews, the TV would start to text what I was saying. And I'm looking at it, it's right in front of me, and I'm like, how is this possible? Who is doing this? Is this a spirit having fun? Is this the dragons? Is this a glitch with the NSA? With and I can even what I did a few times, I left my video camera on. I recorded the TV when that happens. I'll show you the screenshots. You want to see those real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just let me see if I know how to get to it. Help me out here. Share, is a share screen?
Classic Dragon.
Classic, exactly. You know,
What's
it's
up with the wings, guys? You think it's a plasma jet? You think it's camouflage? Well, what are your theories about the wings? I want to know.
okay. There it is.
The government was
No, no,
saying,
no.
well,
Okay. No, but the TV's on here. Let me. Yeah, even sometimes when it's on, it just starts to. But I don't even know why it would do it even on. But let me show you when it was off. TV text. Here it is. Okay. It's just off. Here we go. And then it just starts the police to share the army, the Apaches, the Ospreys, and Blackhawks. Just how's that? You must have some really smart computer people watching. please, somebody tell me, how is this possible? The TV's off, and this only happens when I do UFO podcasts.
That is weird, man. That is weird. That is
So
disconcerting. Yeah.
whatever the truth is, I mean, so I honestly I didn't know how to fix it, and I went out and I bought a new TV, and it has not done it now. It has not done that. Here's another one. Because people might say, "Oh, Robert, you're making, you're just making that up. You're all excited." Let me see what we have here. There
Yep, there it is, right on the bottom. Um,
it is.
that is so creepy, man. I don't know what the heck is going on there.
I
Is that a hack? Is that a virus? Is that, is that somebody trying to scare you away or give you a heads up they're watching? What is that all about? That is super spooky.
right. I don't know. And maybe some, like I said, some of your viewers are experts. And okay, you wanted to also see. Can you see my pictures here? Are we still working?
Yeah. We're still sharing, and yeah, I
Okay.
can see your folders. Yep.
Triangulation. Okay. Um, triangle. Here, let me just show you. This is since we're already here. I was just recording a hawk one day because it was windy and the hawk wasn't moving. I'm really impressed how well birds can fly. I'm just, wow. And look what flies behind. So I interpolated it. I've never seen anything like it. Long story short, it sways in sync to the right and then to the left. So I think this is a giant triangle, a giant triangle UFO. I just thought I'd share that with you.
Okay. So take us through how. So the interpolated lines above the hawk is a hawk, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So are the
obviously
interpolated lines of the hawk the movement of the hawk, or that's the actual movement of the craft, right?
that's crap. That's
So
the
we're
crap.
we're seeing these three lines here, and the lines on the left and the right are pretty much identical to each other, and the line in the middle is slightly different.
Because I'm recording because logically it's a triangle. So the triangle, when it entered the frame, it wasn't perpendicular to the earth, or I'm sorry, it wasn't parallel, but it was more perpendicular to the earth. So it was going straight up. That's how I was able to interpolate that.
So okay, so there's a triangular craft that's acting like dragons do and buzzing this airborne object, this hawk. Is that right? Is that how you
But
interpret
this
it?
is but this is not a dragon. This is a craft. This is and I don't record many crafts. This is like almost one in a million here. It was just a windy day. I'm just recording the hawk. That's all I'm doing. And something flies obviously behind. You can obviously see it's behind the bird. Oh, there you go. You want things behind objects, and that bird is 200 feet away from me. So I didn't even realize that is behind an object. Uh,
And okay, so there's a triangular craft that is just, I guess, coincidentally behind this bird, since it's not a dragon, which naturally buzzes airborne objects. But there are apparently a few, there's on the points, there's three visible points that are you are able to see in these interpolations, but the rest of it is cloaked. Am I understanding that right?
yes, that's how I understand it too. The rest of it's cloaked, except the points obviously have something to do with energy. Maybe in theory you cannot cloak pure energy. Maybe. I mean, that's logically you can cloak a matrix, a ship, but maybe pure energy cannot be cloaked. I just thought of that for the first time.
I like that. I like that. Do you think it's significant at all that the two lines on the left are white and the line on the right is dark? Do you think that has anything to do with anything?
Man, that is some serious physics. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I've come up with my own theory that the white the white colors, they're not lights. The white colors are hydrogen based. Orange colors, a lot of orange UFOs are helium based. The black, I don't have a clue. I honestly, I can't even tell you what I'm looking at other than this is highly unusual. Of course, I have the original video too, in case there's a few people out there who thinks I'm the smartest CGI expert in the world. No, I'm a clinical pharmacist, not a CGI. Here, it's embarrassing. I'm going to get criticized. I have a flip phone. So
Nice.
how
Hey,
smart can that be, right?
I thought I was a late adopter to cell phones. Man, you're putting me to shame.
I just, I don't know. My wife's told me a million times, get a smartphone. I'm like, you know, honey, I already spent 5 hours on the computer when I get home. So if I get a smartphone, I'm going to be at lunch on my phone. It just, so I got to draw the line. But, and by the way, anyone who wants to, please check out my channel, Custodian File. If you want, I'll be more than happy to share. I'll share these videos. This is open source. This is not top secret. This is, I don't know who invented this concept of top secret. It's not top secret. So again, all my videos you can have access to them, and every single video you can imagine I have. But let me get the triangulation one real quick. You were talking about that was a good one. That was with the fire department. Triangulation. Come on. Okay. Okay, super. Okay, let's start off with the roof camera. I have two cameras. I have my balcony camera. I have my roof camera. My roof camera is 40 feet above the balcony. Okay. Here's the fire department. Comes in very routine. They ask the fire department all the time to come in. Why would fire department be looking for UFOs? Great question. Easy answer. They have really expensive thermal cameras. They could see a toaster at 3 miles. So they said, look, will you come in and look around? Because these things are leaving heat signatures with the IR and thermal. And the bottom line is a dragon comes in. Here's the dragon. It comes in parallel with the Earth. And this is important. So here's the dragon right there. And remember, the roof camera is looking down. So this is important. You'll see the comparison from the balcony. So the roof camera is looking down. It's looking down at the dragon. It's looking down. It's like parallel with the helicopter. Okay, now let me go back to what we have here.
Yeah, there's the helicopter.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you see how fast that was?
I saw it. I saw it. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, here, let me slow it down. And I've interpolated this. Let me see if I can find it. But let me first show you the video. Here, let me play it again in real time because people want to see it in real time. That's fair. There's two of them.
Yeah, super fast. Super fast.
So let me see if I can. There it is. Okay, so
Okay.
check this out. The balcony camera, 40 feet lower. See the dragon next to the helicopter. I'm technically now, my lower camera is looking up at the helicopter and is looking up at the dragon. Now, the dragon on the top, the roof camera cannot see it, even though it can see the chopper, it can see Dragon 1. Dragon 2 is invisible.
Yeah,
And
I remember that the last time we talked about this incident. Yeah. The
that,
one going this way, I think, was the one that remained visible in the triangulation. But the one going this way wasn't, or was it, did I have that backwards?
no. This is a vertical. So up and down, the roof camera did not see that, but the one horizontal from right to left, the roof camera saw. It's way too early. I need a lot more videos, but I'm thinking because it was traveling vertical, it has something to do with being able to record it. That's a lot.
In the interpolation, you can see the trajectory of the horizontal craft, which is the same in both videos, the roof camera and your regular video.
Yeah, let me try to find that real fast, everyone. I appreciate you being patient. There you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crisscross pattern of dragons. So they were really interested in that helicopter.
Yes, they are. It's I don't want to say 100%, but when the fire department comes in, 90% likely. If he doesn't get tagged, I'm puzzled. It's like, wow, that was weird. He should have got tagged. And they always get tagged over the same airspace. It's not random air, it's the same
Is that the Jetty
airspace.
Rocks?
The jetty rocks, and also right there, 1,000 feet before the jetty rocks. So he's getting reconned ahead of time. They see the helicopters heading toward the jetty rocks, and it's like, wait a minute, who are you? Why are you coming this way? A lot of activity at the rocks, the jetty rocks, a lot.
And you
Again,
say the not necessarily maybe the firefighters, but the military presence really kicked into gear in 2017.
the summer of 2017, we were invaded by by the Coast Guard and the Navy Blackhawks,
That's wild.
and it just never started. And that's how I was able to put one and one together. Again, just everything had to come together. You have to you have to have a person interested in UFOs. You have to have a scientific background. You have to have a high health uh, advantage point. I'm at 200 feet. You got to have the time. I'm retired, and you got to have the money willing to spend, and my curiosity. But really, the military gave me a 99% clue, and I ran with it, or I would have never figured this out. And
Okay,
maybe
so in this interpolation, you can clearly see, I think, the object, the horizontal object, going behind the helicopter.
no, no, the horizontal here. This is in front.
Is
Uh,
it?
yeah, this is in front. See?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm, oh, hang on. Is what I am seeing as a window actually the
Oh,
craft? I think what I thought was a window is the craft going in front of it. You're right. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So, but this is the one that was triangulated.
Correct. From the roof. I just showed you the roof one.
Can we see the video of the roof? I think we saw a still. Can we see what
I
what that
may
looked like as a
can.
video?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know the date, 4th of July. So let me go back to 4th of July. Here's the roof camera. Super slow motion. Contrast. Here it comes. Look at that thing hauling. Just hauling. There it is. You see it? I'll replay it.
I see, and what I like about this is you can see the same trajectory where it comes in, it goes down, and then comes back up, which is
Correct.
exactly what you see in the interpolation.
Correct. There it is. There's the, I'll stop it. Let me stop it. Let me do a 360 again. Here is the fire department. Here comes the horizontal dragon, and I'll follow it to the best to my can. There he goes. He's hauling.
Yeah,
He's
no, he's super fast. He's booking, man. He's booking. Okay, yeah, okay. And here's the okay, this is what we were just looking at, but in color.
in color, right? There he goes.
Okay, nice, nice. And now let's go back to the interpolation so we can see how the trajectory is the same.
Okay, let me see here. Ta-da! Wow. Whew.
Is there a zoom out on that one, or is that all there is?
Oh, zoom.
Is there a way to
No,
go
no, no,
further out so we can see the trajectory better?
no, 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 no. No, the other one was a roof camera. It's fixed, so you have the advantage of a wide angle. But it's the same concept on the balcony. That in a way, it's fixed because there's no way you can track a dragon at 2,000 miles an hour. There's no way. The human brain cannot work that fast. At best, you'll see the dragon in the center, but there's no way you're going to be able to articulate a left or right turn and fall. It's just maybe NASA could build a computer that could do that as soon as it spots an object and articulate a turn and track it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as far as us commercial consumers, no, we're not going to have access
Yeah,
to that.
you're trying to zoom in and get this object so you can capture the dragons, but you can clearly see the trajectory where it goes like that. You know, it starts going down on the one side, and then there's a kind of a bow, and then it comes up a little bit on the other side, which is exactly what you see in the rooftop video.
There you are, precisely. So it's one of my better rooftop videos. I have others, but it's one of my better. But if you want, why don't we shoot through some more interpolations? I'd
Let's
be
do it.
happy. I'd be happy because the whole purpose is try to convey as much information as possible. So let me go back to my interpolation file and just shoot through these puppies. And I'll go through them quickly because I have so many and I really want to get the point across here. Again, like look at the dates, just the dates change. July 31. Here's the fire department again, look, double tag, same concept, same physics, same amazing things. I mean, now some of your viewers might say, hey, that's a good picture, don't go so fast. But I'll tell you what, I'll show you as many as you can, and then to the viewers, copy what you want and reach out to me.
And Robert's got them all or a lot of them on his channel. Go check out Custodian Files.
Exactly. Here's a look, fire department again. Here's a bird. I interpolated the bird just to give you guys a clue of what's going on. The bird is very close to the camera. This dragon is way out there. That's about 1.5 miles because that's how far the chopper is. 10-inch diameter is about the same size as the pilot's helmet. So that's how you use for a judgment rate of size. So yeah, birds. Birds look like birds, even at a mile out. They're easy. They're easy. And bugs look like bugs. I'll show you pictures. By the way, I'll show you pictures of real bugs.
Yeah,
Here's
show us some bugs. I think people probably would appreciate that.
okay. Let's do that now. Oh, there's a real bug right there.
That's a bug.
That's just a bug. Yeah, just as hard as it is to come by, that's a real bug right there.
Does not look like a dragon.
No, not at all. Here, let me.
And that's with your camera.
That's with my camera. Let's see. Here's from the roof. Once in a while, I'll catch a real bug, a butterfly from the roof.
Oh.
Okay. It's a bug. Butterflies are bugs.
I would not have known that was a butterfly.
Yeah. Here's one that's just sitting on my window. Sometimes I record through my glass window because of the weather. It's a bug. I can't stress how easy bugs are. Hard to find, but when you can find them, they're easy to identify.
Have you ever made an interpolation of a bug so people can see the comparison?
It can be done. They're so slow. Let me show you a bug video slowed down. Real bug. Let me see if I have that. That's a great question. Real bug. No, I don't think I ever interpolated a real bug. There's a bug right there. Very slow, very slow.
Can you show that to us again? Since let me see that in motion. Compare it to the helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can clearly see the difference. For one thing, the helicopter's rotors are going several times in the amount of time it takes the bug to do that. With the Dragon, the helicopter is lucky to get off a single rotation in the amount of time that the Dragon takes to go from A to B. So clearly a difference just in speed alone.
Here we go. Here's a bug sitting on my window. And so here, let me speed it up. Yeah, so I'm going to nudge it to get it to move. This is slow motion. That's what a bug in slow motion looks like. Done.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's a bug.
There's the science. That's the science that's never been done, but that is the assumption, and I respect the assumption because I believed in that for 1 year. Uh, but if somebody takes the time to find a bug and slow it down, that's what it will look like. There it is. So, I mean, we could do this all day, or we could look at interpolations.
Let's look at some interpolations. Let's see some UFOs, Robert.
Yeah. Let's geez, because there's so much here. It's
But you got
and
to
here's
take people through the process. People have to understand that it's real before they can take the interpolation seriously.
That's fair. That's fair too. What do we have here? We have look at this. 5 years ago, I remember that day. That's the Coast Guard. Politely, let me just politely say they were really upset. They brought in the Coast Guard cruisers here. They brought in choppers. It was overcast. They were here for 2, 3 hours. They would not leave.
Hmm.
They were right there flying circles.
The dragons or the Coast Guard?
Well, both. The dragons. The
who,
dragons are
who who was angry? Who was the angry one?
the Coast Guard.
The Coast Guard. And were they angry at the dragons?
Can you imagine how frustrating it is chasing these guys? They're right in front of you. You have hundreds of millions of dollars in radar and computers, and you can't catch it. Can you imagine? And you can call them. If you're friends with the Coast Guard, call them. I mean, I just told you the celebrity, he called the police, he spoke with the police, the fire department, the sheriff. And by the way, they said very politely, we're very annoyed with these things. That's the closest to a confession that we're going to get.
Man,
Right
I would love to get him on camera saying that.
After the podcast, I'll tell you who it is. Reach out to him.
Okay, I would love that, man. That'd be amazing.
Actually, he did put that on camera. It is on.
Did he? What?
He did. Yeah. The Adam Carolla. Yeah.
Oh, Adam Carolla beat me to it. But he actually went on camera on the Adam Carolla show and said this. Oh, that's amazing, Robert. That's amazing. And was there any follow-up to that? Did anybody say, hey, we need to check this out?
You would think, but no. But I'll give you the IP. I'll show you the video. I'll show it to you. I mean, I'm trying to, out of respect. I'm not trying to put any agency in the hot seat. It's like, oh, the police are confessed. Oh, the fire department confessed. I mean, I'm not trying. It's not about them. It's not about them. But they've already politely said they're very annoying. To put it the least. So now we just need somebody at the Coast Guard and the Apaches and the Black Hawk pilots to make some type of small confession. And it's coming. It's coming. But nevertheless, this is when they were quitting. At the end of the day, it was like 1:28. They got there like at 11 o'clock. I recorded all of it. And this is when they said, okay, let's call it quits. They're going to bring the boat back and park it in the marina. The dragon flies right over them. So that's the Coast Guard boat. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Again, I mean, showing a lot of respect to law enforcement and just objective. Here's objective science. Again, if you're scared, I was scared for 100 days. Regular.
Yeah, I mean, there's a kind of a freaky phenomenon. It really is.
We got 2 choppers here. Looks like they're news choppers, by the way. News choppers. The news people know. They know. 100%. How do I know they know? Well, a couple of years ago, ABC News was on my street, and they wanted to do a story about the neighborhood, and they wanted to interview me. And I was with my wife, and I said, I'll tell you what, my wife's a lot prettier than me. Why don't you interview her? And she is. So they interview her. And then when they were all done, they put it on TV, and it's on TV. You could Google it. I mean, you could see the interview. It's there. So after it was over, I said to the news lady, I gave her some pictures of the ABC news chopper getting tagged like this, the interpolation. And I said, you should know what is going on here. Here are the pictures. Please show this to your boss. So since then, their choppers have been back, but it's not on the news. So my point is 100% they know, and nobody's saying a word. Zero. So I'm doing my best. I'm documenting, I'm recording. Again, I'm getting these videos from all over the world. I'm putting them out there. I'm sharing. UFOs are not top secret. Give me a reason. I'm a reasonable person. Remember, I'm a clinical pharmacist. So technically, Jack, if I said, here's a bottle of pills, I want you to take one 3 times a day, I could legally tell you to do that. So my point is, I have a little credibility. So this is the news chopper. So let's shoot through some others. The Lakota, I believe. Yep, the Lakota, they're out of Bakersfield, California. They come by once or twice a year. I don't know why, but they're looking. What do we have here? Oh, Seahawk, Navy Seahawk. Maybe Seahawk. What do we have? 2 choppers here. Oh, the news choppers again. They're doing their best, Jack. They know what's going on. They're documenting this.
It makes perfect sense that people that spend their days in a helicopter would know about this. They would be aware if if the firefighting helicopters and the police are aware of it, why not the professional news people in the helicopters? If you're a professional pilot that is in a hot area like that with all this activity and others are aware of it, very likely you're going to be aware of it too.
Well, the pilot world's a small world. They all know one another. It's a
Right.
small world. It is. So yeah, they are telling one another, and they're like, hey, this there's something odd going on in Marina Del Rey. There's something odd, and of course this is all over the world happening. But they all know. They all know. So let me just keep shooting through videos, timelines, news choppers. Also, I'm looking at the title in the corner here. These are 2 news choppers again. Let's see. This one is just tourism, flying by tourism. Fire department just coming in. Remember, they could see the heat of a toaster, so they're doing their best. Random. Here's a dragon random I found in India, I believe. Just once you train your eye, you will see them. You will see them. When you see them, do screenshots. Do a screenshot. Record it. Oh, look at this. Here's an Earth drone right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it buzzing the drone?
Exact. No, the Earth drone is, I think it's from the gas company. See the wetlands below? All this is a wetlands sanctuary for the butterflies, which is fine because I don't want any more buildings built. It's just LA is way too crowded. So for now, we have this sanctuary. It's 600 acres. It's amazing. It's super amazing. So the gas company is here. I think they're surveying. It's hard to say. This cinema drone is doing some research, but nevertheless, the point is, it's over 150 feet, and you're going to get tagged. And so there's the dragon in the background. I interpolated it. That's the bottom line.
That's a great capture.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I haven't even had today. I was cleaning my windows on my patio, and I look out and I saw that same drone was there. So I recorded it for 20 minutes. I think it got tagged 3 times. I have
Wow.
not had.
Do you have that?
I have not edited the video yet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll do that in the next few days. Let me just shoot through some more here. Twin, what do we have here? We have 2 dragons. One's closer to the camera. That's just tourism. This is the LAPD getting tagged. Very predictable, always over the same airspace. And by the way, if you're a person, you're connected with the government, feel free. Call the LAPD, call the fire department, call the sheriff. Just straight up ask them, say, what's going on? Just tell me. I don't think they'll lie at this point. I don't. I think they'll just tell you, like, these things are here. We don't know what, we're out there, we're doing our best. We don't know what it is. Airliners are real easy. So check this out, same airspace. This is the airspace over Culver City, California. Trial and error. How did I figure that out? Trial and error. I just record airliners, and then when they get over airspace, Culver City, California, dragons fly by. A couple of years ago, China Airline was flying over Culver City, California. Pilot saw a UFO, reported it to the FAA. It's officially on the record. You can find it on Google. What a coincidence. The pilot reports an incursion at the same spot I'm recording them. Very
Yeah.
common.
So you think this particular Culver City is another hotspot, or do you think there is it an omnipresent presence, or are there particular hotspots?
Uh, I've thought about that a long time. I think this is a hotspot because if you look on Google Map and you go straight down below them is basically the largest power substation in Los Angeles. It's roughly a mile by a mile. It supplies all the electricity to Los Angeles. And they're running on electricity, so they recharge from our power stations. Simple. So when you go straight up, and when you go straight up, the aircraft flies over the power station. They recon the aircraft, and again, this is two other people. One guy in East LA is doing this a lot. The Brown Dwarf, and the other one, Latchkey Hustles, recording airliners. Same.
Yeah, I just shared one from Latchkey the other day. Great video. Yeah, I've shared Brown Dwarf before. Awesome stuff.
It's repeatable as the formula for the fall of gravity, 32 feet per second square. It's extremely predictable, repeatable. People say science got to be repeatable. I get that. I'm a pharmacist. I have a heavy science background. I get that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting your time unless it is what it is. Here's a close up.
Is that going behind the helicopter?
No, it's right in front of his windshield. That's the LAPD. Now think of this concept. You might say, well, this is just some person that's an idiot and he's flying an earth drone or he's throwing a football at the helicopter. Okay, this is a police helicopter. You know how fast they catch you?
Right.
It wouldn't go well.
It's not a drone. It's not a football.
No, but I'm just saying for the benefit of the doubt, for people it's got to be a football. It's got to be.
And we've already seen what bugs look like, and it's not a bug.
No, it's extremely predictable. We know the chopper is like 38 feet long, and so it kind of gives you, if you say from here to here is 40 feet, and I'm shooting at 60 frames, that's 2,400 feet per second. That's right in the neighborhood of 3,000 feet per second or 2,000 miles an hour, more or less. It gives you a clue. Very predictable. I can do these all day. And that's what I do all day. Yeah, let's shoot through. I love blue skies. The skies on blue skies, I get really good video. I love this. Tourism. Banners in the summertime, banners in the summertime when banners come around, they get tagged all the time. Easy video. I mean, if we ever have a dragon contest in the future, there's just some things I might say I won't allow. I say you can't record airliners because that's just too easy. There's no challenge in that. And banners are easy, but nevertheless predictable, extremely predictable. I don't even know what it says here. DW.
Don't Robin Hood get free game.
Yeah.
Trying to advertise a game. I don't know.
Yeah. It's police double tag. Twin dragons are like 3-4% of the time. Kind of hard to come by. Kind of hard. Regular garden variety, interpolation, police, twin dragon again, the police, or triple. Wait a minute, why did I put down triple?
Yeah, I can see a third one at the top. At the top.
Look at this. I said they're hard to see in slow motion. It's terrible for me. Even in interpolated, they're hard. So there's three of them. One, two,
Yeah,
three.
yeah, yeah. Three distinct trajectories. Very two of them kind of parallel, one of them coming down at an angle. Interesting.
I got to tell you, Jack, I'm starting to get a little jealous of these guys.
Of the dragons or
Yeah,
the guys in helicopters?
no, the dragons. I just personally, I'm really not a guy that gets jealous of fancy jewelry or fancy sports cars. I mean, I like to look at them. I like to look at, F-35s, but I don't ever say to myself, I wish I had one. But I kind of wish I had a dragon.
Man, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Oh my God, would it ever?
Now, do you want to fly one remotely or do you want to get in one?
Uh, I'll settle for the remote. I'll settle
You know,
for the
you know, they say a lot of UFOs are bigger on the inside than the outside.
dimensional physics. I don't even pretend to understand that, but yeah, yeah. So these things inside, they could be 100 feet. We don't. In fact, when I sat down with the Intel community, that was their first question. How big are they?
You sit down with the intel community?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to talk about that? That sounds juicy.
It is juicy, but kiss and tell. I won't be invited.
Tease.
And it's not. But that was their. They kept asking me. They were obsessed with that question. How big are they? How big are they? I said, I told you they're 10 inches. Why do you keep asking the same question? Um, and then they wanted to know, was there a life form inside? I said, they're only 10 inches. I don't think there's a life form inside. But they took it very serious. They took it very, you could tell when you're speaking to someone if they're listening and paying attention. They were paying attention. Yeah, dimensional.
And there's nothing else you could say or about that meeting.
Not unless like I said, not unless I want my doorbell to start to ring.
Okay, yeah, don't want that. Okay, all right, moving on, moving on.
No, and that's fine. If some people are like, "Oh, that Robert, he's delusional, he's making stuff." That's fine. I want there to be like a little doubt, so that way it gives me a cushion of safety. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, oh, this is what it looks like when they're too close. Again, with the blue skies, you get really good contrast. You get more clarity. There's obviously less haze, less fog between the camera and the dragon. Now, I'm starting to think we're looking at barbells, by the way. We're not looking at a disc. When it's parked, it's an oval, 1-inch oval copper object. But when it's moving, I think it shape shifts and it turns into a barbell. So if you use your imagination, like right here, do you kind of see there's a barbell here and a barbell to the right, a roundness?
To me, it looks more like a hockey puck.
A hockey puck? Okay. Well, I'll show you some other videos, but I think the center of it is kind of narrow. I think it's kind of set, and it has to do with the propulsion, theory of propulsion. But this is one of the better ones because it's hard to get them to fly close on a clear day. Blue skies are hard to come by. But I just want to put that out because there will be some other, that's the roof camera or my balcony. It flew too close to the roof, LAPD. And I think this, that's a video. I don't know why that's there. Lakota, I believe. I believe that's the Lakota again, getting double tagged. I don't know. That's just tourism coming really close to the rotor there. Again, same airspace, same spot. What do we have here? We have tourism also. Same spot. All I do is wait. I wait. There's a free radar on the internet. I use planefinder.net. Planefinder. It's by the way, can you hear that buzzing in the background? A little buzzing. Uh,
No.
okay, that's my car radar detector. I have it attached to my camera. It sits on a tripod. When these dragons fly by, they trigger the X and K band spectrum.
Oh, did you just get a hit?
Yeah, it's going off for some reason. Yeah, yeah, but I don't have my camera on, but I have the radar on, and it's just pointed at the ocean. So if it's annoying, I'll shut it off. But oh, by the way, I'll show you some X and K band radar hits. Okay, let me talk faster here. Um, More tourism. Let me go back to that airliner. I like
Got
airliners.
three dragons in that one.
No, we got one.
No, I
Uh,
mean in the previous one.
uh, oh shoot!
Yeah, look at all that action.
Wow. Dragons, birds, and something else. Wait a minute. Where's?
Or are they not all dragons?
No, no, no. No. There's there's a bird here somewhere. But these dragons, these are dragons. But I wrote there's a bird in here somewhere too. But yeah, this is three dragons. Nothing can fly this fast. Oh,
Yeah.
I think maybe that might be the bird right there.
Okay.
I think,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's oh, that's the sheriff. What did I put down? Yeah, that's the sheriff. I think that's from the next county, though. He shouldn't be here. The county, LA County sheriffs are green and gold. That's not green and gold. That's from another county.
Well,
I
maybe
have
he's coming to check out the activity.
I have even the Delaware Highway Patrol flying around here. I have that on video. Yeah, the sheriff. I think that was Orange County. Blimps, Goodyear blimp. Very easy. Very all the time. Blimps get tagged. Very predictable.
I want to fly in a blimp. That'd be fun.
It is. It is. I did that once. It is kind of nice. Yeah, you can buy tickets. You just go on eBay. People are always selling their tickets. You can. I would.
Well,
It's
I wrote a series of novels. It's kind of steampunky, if you know what steampunk is. I have a lot of zeppelins and dirigibles in there, and I would love to actually go on one.
Oh yeah, it's not that hard. You can do that. Uh, yep, airliners again. It's getting tagged twice. I had one of my viewers interpolate it for me, but now I just have my nephew. He does all the interpolations. It uses Adobe software, Adobe Premiere. Um, airliners. One of the clearer ones. This is a news chopper.
You know,
This
that helicopter looks like he's just hanging still, and that dragon is just booking through.
That's right. That's exactly right. Believe me, they have a dragon library. They have a dragon line. Even though news people uh, have 720 cameras, or on TV at least, or they transmit at 720, their helicopters are at 4K, even 8K. So they've got really nice video, really nice.
So you think they have like an archive somewhere with a bunch of dragon videos?
Oh boy, they're just waiting for the green light to release them. Yes, they do. Here's the Ukraine astronomers. They captured a dragon coming behind a bush, and they interpolated this. I don't know where they got the concept. They interpolated it. Uh, but up until now, I'm the only one interpolating UFOs and dragons. It really hasn't been invented yet, the paradigm. But that's the astronomers. Now, some people said, "Oh, that's a missile." They just took a picture. They have a video of a missile. That's fine if you want to believe it's a missile. Here is really a good interpolation. Why? Uh, Let me try to move this because what is that? 2 years already. That was the Super Bowl in Los Angeles,
Hmm.
and the Super Bowl Homeland Security said they were overprotective. They said, we don't want nobody in the sky, no exceptions. And they put a 30-mile radius over the stadium, 60-mile diameter. Nobody gets that kind of protection. When the president comes to LA, he gets a 15-mile radius, no-fly zone. The Super Bowl got a 30-mile no-fly zone.
Wow.
Nobody, except this blimp. I think it's a Chick-fil-A. Got a permit to fly around. Okay, that's fine. And he's about 8 miles out. So I'm recording this. I'm recording, and look what I capture. 8 miles out.
Nobody asked the dragons if they had permission.
And I'm sure they didn't have a permit either. Yeah. No. So the point is, because I remember that day, there was a lot of police choppers in the air. They were making sure nobody was going to violate the airspace. Nobody. And I'm like, I'm recording dragons because when they fly, they get tagged. So the Coast Guard was getting tagged, the Apaches, the Blackhawks were getting tagged, the blimp. There it is.
Blimp definitely got tagged.
Yeah, lucky picture, because if there was fog, overcast, I would not, because that was 8 miles out, I would not have got that video. All those are from videos. So I have all these are videos. Yeah. So that's just how it's done. This is all repeatable. Now,
Oh, that's a
sometimes,
cool one.
yeah, sometimes they show off and they zigzag. Here's the LAPD. And again, this is they're flying right up to the white portion. And their camera is right there at the bottom of the front of the chopper. So I think he went out of his way to fly right up to the camera.
Did he go behind the helicopter?
Let me zoom in. It appears to be behind the helicopter.
It looks like he did. I'm not seeing any
No,
watches that could be the
no.
dragon.
Yeah, see how close, how spaced they are? It would be right here on the white portion,
Yeah.
but they're not there.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a great capture. That is a great dragon capture for the skeptics.
That's the one I just showed you, Latchkey Hustle John in downtown LA when it went behind the white portion of the police helicopter.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Good capture from Latchkey Hustle.
Yeah, really, really good. Really. Yeah, really amazing. Please check out his channel. Over and over here. Birds, I interpolated the birds.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice.
Birds, that's why it's not even a question of birds. Birds are easy. Twin choppers. I call this format movie choppers because it's not normal. It's not normal for twin choppers to be flying or following each other. It does not happen. So I've given this title movie choppers because I think one chopper is recording the other. They're building a dragon library. And when they get permission, they're going to put it on TV and they're going to have a lot of content. They're not wasting any time. They're planning ahead. I was on the Discovery Channel, so I told them everything I know on how to do this too. So I don't know who's obviously recording this, but I'm saying the movie people are building their content.
Did you say you were on Discovery Channel, or is Discovery Channel going to cover this topic?
Yeah. No. I was on I told them Fight Club episode, season 1, episode 2. I believe it was titled Photobomb. And I'm anonymous because back then I didn't know how to present this. So I said, I'd like to be anonymous. But yeah, Photobomb, Fight Club, season 1, episode 2.
Okay, cool.
Check it out. So I gave him, and that's fine. I mean, I don't regret that. I said, look, this is how you do this. Run with the ball. All right, more Goodyear blimp. Very
And
easy.
another one of those wavy patterns.
Yeah. Just zigzag just for a better, or non-ballistic. When I was at the Air Force giving the lectures, they said, Robert, do you have any non-ballistic photos? Something not going straight. And I go, yeah, I've got those. Those are zigzags. So they were really they were paying attention.
I like
Uh,
that.
this one's upside down. Sorry about that. Uh, Police, again, twin dragons. So it's extremely predictable over and over again. I can't stress how predictable and typical. And again, I'm trying to just do my best to record, document, get it out there.
Do you need a particular kind of camera to capture them? I know you have some really good equipment. Can just anybody grab their smartphone if they have a smartphone and go out and capture them?
100%. That's how I got my first dragon video, was from a smartphone. Real quick, by the way, since you brought it up, so that was 2017. A friend of mine, she lives in uh, Covina, California. Navy jets were circling her house for 6 hours, on and off, on and off, on and off. March 26, 2017. She said, "What should I do?" I said, "Go out and record the jets." She does that. These UFOs are flying around the jets. And for some reason, one of the UFOs fall out of the sky. They fly right up to her camera. Okay, that was 2017. Great video. I bought that camera from her. I said, "Look, I'm buying this. This is now my video."
Well, I want to see that video. That sounds amazing.
I could show you now. Now check this out. I just trial and error. I just got in contact with an engineer at JPL. He recorded the same video 7 years ago. Same video. So now to make this all harder, you're like, no, there weren't, because this is overwhelming. You might, oh, there weren't two F-18s flying for 6 hours over Covina, California. That's crazy. It was on and off. They'd leave and come back, leave and come back. Probably went to get gas and came back. The really hard part to believe, the phenomenon repeated itself 1 year later, 2018, same week in March. It repeated itself 1 year again. So the jets came back in 18, jets came back in 19, jets came back in 2020. And I think
Not on the same date, surely.
the same week.
Same week. Okay. Wow. Are the Jets trying to make it a tradition of this? What are they doing?
No, they were there because the UFOs were there.
Okay, so they're drawn. So it's not the other way around. Sometimes the UFOs are buzzing the aerial vehicles, but sometimes the aerial vehicles come for the UFOs.
Correct, 100%. Fighter jets just don't show up for fun. I mean, you just can't call your buddy, "Hey, it's my birthday, fly over my house." It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So the point is, the really hard part, and by the way, I have all those videos. So I have the videos from 18, 19, and 2020, but that's for later. That's for later researchers. I'm just saying the impossible happened, and I have the videos, and I'll show you that. I can show you right now if you want. If you want to cut away from the interpolation, you want to see the Covina video from 2017.
It's all good. Whatever you want to show.
All right.
You are the guest. You show us whatever you feel like it.
Okay, now I'll show you the Covina video, because I know there's some people saying, no, this Robert's got to be making this up. This just cannot be happening. He's not a rocket engineer. He's a pharmacist. What do pharmacists know about this? It's just that I know people. I know people, Jack, and I take science very serious. And I can't stress enough my friend Glenn Falkenstein, who he was and his gift. And he tried to tell me this in 1995, and I wouldn't listen. But that's another show. Let me shoot through 10 more, and then I'll show you the Covina video here.
Sure, let's do it.
Dragons. These are dragons from Burbank. Just finding it on YouTube. Very predictable. Here's a bird down here. There's the police coming in. Very predictable, over and over. This blue one, that's just tourism. Tourism getting tagged. Yeah, Army Chinooks.
Now, do you see Army Chinooks in Marina Del Rey very often?
all up until 9 months ago, all the time.
What
No,
happened 9 months ago?
logically, the Pentagon issued a no-fly zone. Basically, do not fly over Marina Del Rey as of 9 months ago. Do not fly. Why? Because every time they fly, I record them and I put it on YouTube. And when I
So,
put it on YouTube, uh, at this point, the phone rings at the Pentagon. It's like, what is going on in Marina Del Rey? We've been seeing these videos now for years and years. And probably in the beginning, the Pentagon was saying, just ignore it. That's a bug. It's a bird. Just ignore it. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Just ignore him too. But at this point, thousands of videos later, so 9 months ago, the military just put a no-fly zone.
so you had all this increased activity in 2017, and all of a sudden, 9 months ago, it died off. The human activity,
Yeah, the
military.
military. Uh, in 7 years, there's been way over 15,000 sorties.
That's crazy.
It's the real number is 40,000, but I don't say that because it's too hard to believe.
In that area. That
Yeah,
is that is weird.
right over Marina Del Rey.
That is weird.
Come in, they circle, then they fly away. I have a video from a year and a half ago. A Navy Seahawk came in real low with a gunner, in the back seat with his hands on a machine gun, and he flew over the jetty rocks. He got tagged. It's, I don't know what video. I'm trying to just shoot through them. Phenomenal. Here we go, real close to the rotor, real close to the camera here.
And very visible wings in that one,
Yes, yes.
or whatever they are.
Whatever they are, it's got to logically, it's got to be propulsion. It just has to be propulsion.
I'm going to my camouflage theory.
Or yeah, it wouldn't be that hard for them. Look, we could even do that now. We could build software that could camouflage objects. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, God knows what they can do. I gotta assume they're at least 1,000 years ahead of us. 1,000 years.
Yeah, at least, right?
It's nothing. 1,000 is nothing.
Like, yeah, I mean, we would be able to do this, you would think, in 1,000 years. So,
Correct. Shoot, this one's missing. No, maybe it's just too close to the camera, but I
yeah,
don't know. I think that's odd. I'm not sure how to interpret
he's either
that.
going super fast or closer to the camera.
Yeah. Here's the police flying circles, doing his best. This thing's coming off the ground. They're just coming off the ground here. Same video, same timeline. The police knows it's there. They could see it. That's why the pilots use the word annoying. These things are annoying. Yeah.
And just hold it there for 1 second. I just want to go back to that. For any, okay, can you blow it up a little bit?
Of course.
Okay. Look at the wings on that one. Oh, hang on, go down a little bit. No, go down. No. Okay, yeah, go back to where it was so you can see the whole screen. Okay, right there. All right, right. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, there. That'll do. Okay, so you can see the wings in the middle on this one right here. I wish I could show my cursor, but I don't think it'll show. But okay, the wings in the middle, and then you can see the wings on the end, and you can't see the wings in between. So if this was a bug, this would be one flap of its wings. Notice the helicopter is completely, still. It's not even moving. Bugs don't flap their wings that fast, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out before we moved on.
And that's fair. And I showed you a real bug video in slow motion. It's at best, it's a weak imitation. At best. This one's concerning. By the way, Marina Del Rey belongs to the sheriff, Los Angeles sheriff. It does not belong to the LAPD. So the LAPD does not cruise when they do not, or I should say they're not supposed to fly over. It's just not their territory. It belongs to the sheriff. But the sheriff does, because of the community, there's really no crime. So the sheriff doesn't really have a lot to do here. They don't fly over. Maybe once in a while, somebody will get pulled over for a ticket or something, but not even that. It's just, you don't see their presence. The point is, this is the Black Hawk sheriff over Marina Del Rey. Well, back then in 2020 and 2021, the sheriff was being very proactive in trying to find these dragons. And as you can see here, he's getting tagged. And the reason that they have the Black Hawk is, and I have the real video, is they were attempting to land on somebody's roof. What they did is they flew down to the beach, down here below on the beachfront. And what they did was they came within 5 feet of the ground, and they were going about 3 miles an hour, and they were trying to lure out the perpetrator who's flying these dragons. The logic is, if you see a police helicopter in front of your house, you're going to say, oh my God, I've been busted. They know who's doing this. That's the logic. My point being, I was very scared with this video. I thought they were going to land on someone's roof and bust through their door, and there was going to be a commotion, a misunderstanding. I was very, very scared with this video, but nothing happened.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. And now the sheriff doesn't come back anymore. Certainly the Black Hawk sheriff doesn't come back anymore. They don't come back anymore.
Have you noticed that the dragon activity has decreased since there's less military vehicles there in the last 9 months?
The only time I record dragons is with helicopters.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. I don't record empty skies. You can. Some people record empty skies and they get dragons. It's a waste of time. Your time is precious. So if you record empty skies and you're going to get dragons 10% of the time, or if you record helicopters and you get dragons 80% of the time, which one are you going to do? So don't waste your time. Just wait for a helicopter. Landscape, don't zoom in too close. I zoomed in, but don't zoom in and look for a dot. All you'll see is a dot in the center. You will not see it fly across. You'll see a dot, and boom, you're recording it. You're just recording these things. Helicopters, I'm in San Fernando Valley, just getting a hamburger. They were fighting a fire. This is one of those fires. He just flies over, I record it. He gets tagged, very predictable, typical, over and over. What do we have here? The fire department in Burbank, California. I found the video on YouTube. Again, you could just go on YouTube and you can find these things. If we had the time, I could do a raw video. I could just look at brand new Blue Angel video and find new dragons. Burbank, California. This plane's getting tagged at about 150 feet, coming in for a landing.
Now, what do you think about, I don't know if you saw the video I made the other day, just showing, I think it was it in Russia? There was an air show and there was a disaster. And there was what looked like a dragon or a UFO buzzing the plane before it crashed. Obviously, causation and all that, it doesn't equal whatever. What's the phrase I'm thinking of?
Correlation and causation.
Correlation doesn't equal causation. But do you think that there, could be a connection in some of these instances with collisions or something like that?
Most likely not, but I would always look whenever something crashes, always look for a dragon, always. And I have not seen that video yet, but you have my curiosity. I'll write it down. It was in Russia. And
I'm going to get the details wrong if I tell it to you. My memory lasts about 5 seconds, but
yeah,
I'll send it to you.
okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. But always look. Like 5 years ago, a, a Delta Flight 89 was taken off at LAX. My roof camera caught it. The engine blew out, and I have the engine blowing out, and it circled the city, and it landed, and people were filming it, and it got tagged while it was landing. Um, Now, why did the engine blow out? I can't say the Dragon got too close to the engine. I don't know, but it's a weird coincidence. I'm only a mile from LAX, so the plane. I could do this all day. I could just take my camera and record airliners taking off and get more and more Dragon video. It's just I got to draw the line. I only have 24 hours in the day, and I got to call it quits somewhere. So, but you could do that if you're at the airport. Record airplanes landing, taking off. It's
Okay, did you want to show us that other UFO video you were talking about?
yes, I did. Yeah.
Because we're coming up on about 2 hours here.
Damn, really?
I
Wow.
know time has flown. It really has. It doesn't seem like that long.
Okay.
Hang on, is it 2 hours? It's not 2 hours. Yeah, it is. It's 2 hours. It's crazy.
Oh my God, it is. Yeah. Oh shoot. Okay, okay. Crisscross. Oh, look, Channel 4. Channel 4 News. This is Palmdale. Three F-18s were chasing this thing right here. Three.
What?
Three F-18s.
What are we looking at? Where are the F-18s?
The F-18s are 2 minutes behind. The Dragon has assuming these are Dragons, the Dragon has a 2 minute head start. The F-18s come down the highway 10 seconds apart. How did I find that? Because if you know the behavior, the psychology of Dragons, you know where to find them. So I just type in jets over the desert, jets over Dallas, jets over San Francisco, because jets are not supposed to be flying over the desert or Los Angeles or Miami, or it's not normal. So if they're flying over low altitude, they're chasing UFOs. So if somebody posts a video, in this case, he posts the jets. He's not posting these UFOs. All I do is I look 2 minutes prior to the jets, and boom, there they are. That's what they were chasing.
Do you have the whole video? Can you see the
Yeah.
jets?
Yeah. Okay, there's the IP, there's the timeline. Here comes the first jet. All right. Now that we've established that, let me try to find the video. I forget what I've titled. No, but you know what? Since we're in Palmdale, let me just show your viewers the most ridiculous wormhole. And I'll come back to the jet. I'll try to figure it out. Let me show you the most ridiculous wormhole in the world. Um, how did I find it? Just watching Blue Angel videos. That's how.
Yeah, I've seen this one before. This is a good one.
Yeah, yeah. This is, I don't know. I think this is in slow motion. I'll give you the timeline and everything. He's just doing a roll. There's a Blue Angel down there. He's in Palmdale. Look, here comes the wormhole. It opens up. Looks like a curtain being pulled back. Let me try to stop it. There's the energy right there, the lightning, the high voltage energy. And there's the wormhole, and boom. There's the ship right there. Let me try to zoom in on it. Right there, there it is. This is the best wormhole video ever accidentally recorded. And this has something to do with my friend Glenn also, by the way, that I was talking about earlier.
So there's an object that comes out of a wormhole, is what
Yes, right
okay.
there.
And
And
that is the wormhole.
100%. There's
That
the
is a
energy
weird,
tracks. There
yeah,
it is.
yeah. Can't come up with a mundane explanation for that.
Uh, Sadly, I did show this to one of the best UFO experts in Los Angeles. And their answer was this object here. is an engine falling off a 747.
Okay, what's that weird thing in the sky?
Right here, the wormhole.
Yeah.
They said don't. They pretend that wasn't there.
Okay. What was there a 747 that lost its engine on that day?
No,
All right.
no.
And it just coincidentally fell in front of a Blue Angel?
Correct. Just coincidentally, and it also coincidentally had a wormhole in the background. Coincidentally, yes.
That sounds likely, Robert. You you're just not thinking like a scientist. That's all.
Yeah, I need to think like a scientist. Oh, by the way, so when I did show this to the Discovery Channel, the producer said, "Robert, did you hear the click? Because 8% of the time you'll hear a click." And I said, "You know what? Let me go back and look." So let me try to play the video. There, it, it does make a click sound. Let me.
And what does the click signify? What's the point of the click?
We don't know. Uh, RF. I don't think it's part of a sonic boom. It must be digital. It must be some type of digital audio. We don't know. But you have. Listen. Here it goes. There it is.
All
And that's.
right, great capture, great capture. And I
I know
think you were going to show us one more UFO video that you were talking about where you bought somebody's camera because it had this amazing footage on it.
Yeah, yeah,
I've got to see that if you have it.
yeah, I do.
I love it. Robert sees cool footage and he just goes and buys your camera.
And then I just, at that point, I just stopped doing that because I got thousands of videos. Just like, leave me alone now. It's just, I don't need, people just send me videos. They just send it to me.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad they do. I'm so glad that the word about what you're doing is getting out there and people are taking this research seriously and doing their own and going and finding these on their own. And I just think that's fantastic.
Here's a blow up.
Okay,
These
yeah,
are,
this one. Yeah, I've seen this one before. This is a
yeah,
great one.
yeah, these are the two F-18s. The
This
US.
is maybe our best visual yet of a dragon.
Well, this is a ship. This is it looks like a dragon because the physics is the same. The physics is the same. So you see the two plasma jets, but the way I know it's a UFO, I try to avoid the word UAP because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. But 4 seconds earlier, this UFO was in front of the two F-18s and the silhouettes were equal. So this is around 30, 35 feet. Um, so yeah, yeah. So this is 2017. It repeated 2018, same location, same timeline, the week of March, uh, just over and over. Um, so let me, oh, by the way, this is what, when I went to Congress, I was trying to show that video. So I kept my receipt. In other words, I'm doing what I can to tell people. I am. I'm doing what I can.
No, I love it. I hope you get some traction in Congress. I wouldn't be surprised if, they're talking about these drone incursions over our military installations. You have to wonder how much similarity there is between those drones and the dragons. They're if they're both doing, surveillance. I don't know why they're doing it, but if it was a surveillance purpose, and if
By
that's
the way,
what drones
sorry,
over the
here we
military
go, real
installations
quick.
are for. You have to wonder if it's the same apparatus.
Here's this video real quick. So you can see the telephone pole. So you
Yeah.
know what's going to happen. It's going to happen quickly. So watch. Just missed it. There it is.
Okay. Yeah. I saw it. I saw it in the foreground moving. I can see the two objects in the back.
See that?
I can see the two jets.
That was a crazy, crazy day.
Now,
March
now,
20.
did you say it was not just in the one frame, but it was also up closer to the jets in
Well,
another frame?
yeah, they are. And that would just require more time. And I'd be happy to give you that video. But really, the best part is when look, it was just there for a moment when it fell out of the sky and came up. It's so fast. Everything happened so quickly. Now, here's my 2018 file where it happened again, and it flew by the same telephone pole, and there's a picture of it too. The same telephone pole, 1 year later to the day.
Hmm.
So obviously, intelligently, they're talking to us. They're saying, pay attention, we're trying to talk to you. And this is, again, it's all documented. So it happened in 2019 and 2022 and 2020. Wow, 2024 also. I I can't keep up anymore, guys. I
That's
can't.
wild. So they like dates. They like anniversaries.
Uh, obviously they're sending a message. They're just sending a message. There it is. It's probably one of the best videos, and that will come out later. But one of the best dates, and that was a gift. That's nobody can get that lucky, randomly get lucky. So I realize that's a gift. So I'm putting it out. I'm just putting it out there.
No, I love it, man. I love what you're doing. All right. Do you have any current projects or anything that people should be aware of before we leave?
Oh, I appreciate that. No, I'm trying to get a hold of just a better camera, basically a 6K camera. They're called Dragon cameras. Coincidentally, they're called Dragon. Yeah, I know. Go figure. Uh, Epic Dragon cameras.
All right. I encourage everybody to go check out Robert's channel, Custodian Files, where he has so many of these. He's put so much of his evidence up for everybody to look at. And it's just fantastic. He is pioneering research into a new area of UFOs, and they're buzzing like our airborne vehicles. Like, if it's up there, it's very likely that they might buzz it. To me, that seems like a very significant and a very important part of the UFO phenomenon. And we might even not even know about this if not for Robert. So thank you so much for what you're doing. Godspeed. Please come on the channel again and tell us how things are going, and any intel meetings that you're part of that you want to talk about, or anything else that's going on that you would like to talk about.
I'll keep you in the loop. I'm not going to be signing any NDAs, so I'll keep you in the loop.
All right.
Yes.
And anything else that people should know before we leave?
Oh my gosh, just please, I encourage you. You see aircraft, just pull your phone out, landscape, zoom in a little bit, 30, 20, 30 seconds. Don't give up on your first video. Reach out to me if you don't know how to edit or watch the video. Custodianfile@gmail. I'll do it for you. I'll get it back to you. I'll edit the video for you.
I love it, man. I love it. Thank you for so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having. I appreciate it. And thank you for all your viewers for the opportunity. I think you'll be very pleased that you uh, gave it your attention.